let's go to the big questions now. Will the vaccine drive therefore take off now? How can we resolve the vaccine hesitancy? Has India's vaccine drive lagged behind? Should the vaccine be opened up just for everyone now? Dr. Ashok Seth, Chairman Fortis Escorts Heart Institute, one of the country's top private hospitals have on-site registration. At the moment, they all seem dependent largely on the COVID site. And do you believe that the price ceiling, as some believe, should be raised because it will incentivize in a way the vaccine industry? Kiran Majumdar-Shaw and others are suggesting that 250 rupees is too, COVID vaccine jab should not be capped at 250 so that private vaccines are incentivized.
So let me just address 2 or 3 points here. The first, the process for giving vaccination was only clear to the private hospitals yesterday, and certainly by today, we had a person devoted to uploading for the patients and helping the patients, which is even going to be smoother tomorrow onwards. By the way, we had a rush of walk-in patients who perhaps could not get onto the COVID app for whatever reasons, and we were therefore catering to them, and that was a rush in the afternoon, which is still, by the way, was continuing till 8 o'clock to clear up. But we must also remember that every process is a process in evolution. We are talking about a process as is it today. And as you've seen for testing in the past, you've seen for other aspects of patient care of COVID disease, that process of evolution changes the process to say what is going to be in 2 weeks' time and how do we spread it out in 4 weeks' time. Because earlier, in the initial phases, remember, it's not just the number that we've got to do. We've also got to be taking care of that vulnerable patient. Perhaps he may be more susceptible to side effects. Perhaps we have got to look at him far more with care and have that observation for 30 minutes. This is the first time that vulnerable above the 60 are going to be vaccinated. Earlier, these were younger people, the healthcare workers, the frontline workers were a whole younger population who were who had less comorbid conditions. So we will go along it smoothly, we will expand gradually, and by the way, the processes will change, I'm sure, in a month's time to say, how do we accommodate more and more people? For example, let me just give you a very important example in the comorbidities. You'll be surprised. Today, when we talk about prioritizing about a patient who's had a heart attack in the past, and I'm talking about the 45 to 59 age group, who's had a heart attack in the past, is still not a candidate for vaccination. He has to have hypertension or diabetes along with it. Even if he's had an angioplasty or a bypass surgery, unless he has diabetes and hypertension along with it, he's still not a candidate. I'm sure in 2 weeks' time and 4 weeks' time, as we vaccinate more and more, this is going to actually then transfer to patients who had a previous heart attack, previous bypass surgery, all of whom fall in the high-risk category, but perhaps lesser high risk than those with the same conditions along with diabetes and hypertension. So we must remember, this is an evolving field. We move along it together because we have an objective, and the objective is gradually get to the maximum number of patients possible with prioritization and with sensitivities and sensibilities.